In Rochester, there is a stretch of street where you might feel as though you've gone back in time. 9th Avenue between 6th and 7th Streets is paved in brick, like the streets of Colonial Williamsburg or Old City, Philadelphia. But as the Med City grows, the Department of Public Works must decide whether to modernize the stretch or preserve it. KIMT News 3's Jeremiah Wilcox joins us live on the uneven section. Jeremiah, how are residents feeling there?
George, one word to describe how neighbors I spoke to feel is concerned. Now, I'm here on 9th Avenue between 6th Street and 7th Street, and people who live on this historic brick street says they want to preserve its history, but I'm learning that comes at a cost.
It was always a goal of mine to live here.
It was a lifelong dream to live in this neighborhood for Jacob Malwitz.
So I grew up just north of Rochester, and as a child always admired this neighborhood. It's just, known for its beautiful, unique, and historic homes with the LRB architects and the Harold Crawford architect homes.
I'm in the middle of the street where you can see the damage from this freeze and thaw cycle that we had that rendered this street impassable. You can literally pick out bricks from the street.
It just was not safe for cars and other vehicles to be traveling on when it is in this state of disrepair.
While the winter weather didn't help the street, Malwitz tells me the damage is nothing new.
We've lived here for 4 years, and in that 4 years, we've seen the street continue to deteriorate. There's been, minor patches here and there around manholes and such, but beyond that, the city hasn't really done anything to maintain it.
The city council discussed two options. One would reuse existing brick, which would cost over $80,000. The second option would lose the history and pave over the street, and that could cost the city just $15,000. City Council member Michael Wojcik tells me the city simply cannot afford to keep the brick street.
We put a lot of staff time into it. We're willing to contribute the same amount we would to any other street, but it's not fair for us to disproportionately allocate resources in one place.
Neighbors hope there can be a solution to keep history alive in Rochester.
If we can't do that, then we should start to search for a middle ground that can at least hint towards or remind people of the historic nature of this street and that it was the last brick if it doesn't remain a brick street.
Now, the council has recommended to Public Works Department to pave this road with asphalt. Now, Wojcik tells me that the city will stay open to any other options up until the day of construction. Reporting live in Rochester, Jeremiah Wilcox, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Jeremiah. And Councilman Wojcik says the city is making plans to work on the street this season, but has not specified an exact date when that work would actually start.